Good morning. I am Somarddha of Adamus International School. Transformation during the pandemic. Half of our class 10 board exams were over and I was preparing for the next day's exam when I heard the announcement that the exams had been postponed indefinitely, and within a few days a national lockdown was announced. Both the news came as a shock to me, but they did not affect me much. I kept on preparing for the board exams because I was convinced that they were going to be conducted. The seriousness of the situation started to gnaw on me around June 2020 when online classes began. My studies were a mess because of studying for both class 10 and 11. So when the boards were cancelled, I was a bit relieved, even though I had put a lot of effort into preparing for the remaining examinations. That is when I started to look at the positives. I had opted for the science stream, so I started concentrating on those subjects. I found the subjects even more interesting than I found them before. I started enjoying my studies, so I also took up other activities. I resumed drawing and playing chess, which I had left the previous year. I also began learning to cook and giving more time to reading books and talking to friends over phone. But my optimism did not last long. After some time, I got overwhelmed by my studies and my daily routines became erratic. I started thinking about all the activities I could have been a part of if there was no pandemic. I started to get demotivated and lost my focus. The news of COVID cases and deaths added to my depression. One day, due to a random thought, I started reading about the past pandemics. I wanted an answer to a desperate question. Why did the pandemic have to strike us? While scrolling through the internet, I found an article. It said how during the plague epidemic, Isaac Newton found himself in a similar situation. There was a lockdown too, that too for 2 years. During that time, Newton worked on many things. He made several contributions to many fields of physics and mathematics. He later went on to describe it as his most intellectually fruitful time period. This had a great impact on me. I wanted to laugh at myself. I was only making excuses. I realized that the cause of my demotivation was my lack of conviction. This gave me hope and revived my positive outlook. I remembered something which I had read many times but had forgotten along the way. Life will always find a way. We just have to adapt. Now I am convinced that these philosophies will stick with me and will help me maintain my composure throughout the pandemic and all future crises. Thank you.